Just in case you have forgotten the main sound of letter A, let's take a brief look again. Don't forget the vowel digraphs are the difference between AI and AY, though both sounds as A, the difference between AU and AW, though both sounds as O. We are going to focus on verbs, and when mentioning verbs, I will take this precious moment to bring up the idea of present and past action verbs as well. We will start off with irregular verbs in this slide. So what is an irregular verb? It simply means when changing the verb form, such as from present to past, there's no rule and you simply need to memorize the spelling. And this will be discussed in detail when we go through tenses in grammar after finishing phonics. The first word here is arise. R as in arise. Arise means appear, as shown in two photos. The sun is rising at dawn. Many couples love watching the sunrise. The past tense is arose. Arise, arose. The second word is catch. As in catch. So in the picture, the player can successfully catch the baseball. If this happens in the past, we simply say he caught the baseball, or as in caught. The third one is draw, or as in draw. The artist is drawing. He's sketching a portrait. The past tense of draw is drew. The sound of EW will be discussed in part 2 of vowel digraph, the word drew. The last one in this slide is lay, A as in lay. The waiter in this picture has set the table by laying the tablecloth and placing the cutlery in the right position. The past tense of lay is laid, and it is a good example to test the difference between AI and AY. A as in laid. Let's move on to 4 more irregular verbs. The first one in this slide we're going to talk about is teach. Teach. T-E-A-C-H, teach. The teacher is teaching the students in the class, and the students are eagerly learning and answering questions. The past tense of teach is taught, or as in taught, similar to caught in the previous slide. The second one is see. I can see with my eyes. Thank God for giving me a pair of lovely eyes, so I can see with good eyesight. The past tense of see is saw, or as in saw, or as in saw. The third one is say. A as in say. The past tense of say is said. Said is a sight word frequently used and the pronunciation must be memorized. And we will talk about sight words at the end of level 2. Said. Sight words. The last one is pay. A as in pay. In the picture, the payer is paying cash to the payee. The past tense of pay is paid. A as in paid. And this is another good example to test your understanding between AI and AY. Paid. In the next few slides, we are going to focus on regular verbs only. The basic rule is to add ed, add, to the present form to change it to the past action. Let's mention a few with negative meanings. The first one we're going to mention is betray. A as in betray. In the pictures, a cunning man pretends to promise his business partner, who trusts him, but his business partner doesn't know that it is a trick. The cunning man is betraying and doing harm to someone who wrongly trusts him. And the past tense of betray is betrayed. The second one is decay. The walls in the picture is decaying. Not only the paints, but also part of the construction is ripping off and can be dangerous when it falls apart suddenly. Tooth decay, as shown in the picture, is very common in our life when it has not been taken good care of, and is very painful, especially when the decay goes deep down to the nerves. The past form of decay is decayed. The third one is fail. A as in fail. The high jump contestant has failed in the challenge of higher level, and the weightlifter has failed in the challenge of heavier weights. The past form of fail is failed. The last one in this line is vanish, N as in vanish. The magician does magic and makes something disappear. In the photo, the further away the trees, the more difficult they can be seen and eventually vanish. The past form of vanish is vanished, vanished. In this slide, the focus is on regular verbs related to business. The first one is authorize, or as in authorize. So in a big corporation, it is normal that the different department heads, managers, and upper level staff are authorized to sign contracts with clients on behalf of the director. So when we pay our goods and services by credit cards, the law implies that when you hand over your credit card to the cashier, you are bound to authorize her to swipe the card on behalf of you. And the past form of authorize is authorized. The second one is bargain. Bargain. R as in bargain. In business deals, the two parties often offer and counter-offer. If we think the offer is not acceptable, we will bargain for better price. And this happens in most open market trade when prices are not fixed, and competitions lead to room for price reduction. The past form of bargain is bargained. When there's a project going on, we will have regular meetings, and all staff involved have to participate or take part in to contribute their opinions and ideas to come up with remedial actions and solutions when there are problems, as well as reporting progress to the development. The past form of participate is participated. Participate. We all love stories, don't we? Stories can be real from past or make up like legends. No matter what, there are incidents or accidents in it. Normally, the cause will be stated in storytelling unless it is a mystery. And the past tense of cause, or as in caused, is caused. It is not exceptional that almost all stories come up with happy moments, that the characters laugh, whether it is a big laugh or a small smile. And the past form of laugh is laughed. The background of the story needs to be narrated, R as in narrated, before different characters contribute their parts in a conversation. The narrator has a very important role in telling the story. R as in narrate, and the past tense is narrated. Having a delicious cuisine is what we always hope for. And good-looking dish is what people also want nowadays in addition to taste. So here we're going to talk about cooking. And the word here is garnish. Garnishing means food decoration and plating the dish with edible elements as shown in the photo. R as in garnish. And the past form is garnished. Next one. Or as in thaw. Or as in thaw. To thaw means to defrost the food after you have taken it out of the freezer. There are several ways to thaw. Defrost it in the fridge, but it takes longer time. Put them under running tap water or microwave them to speed up the process. Some people also suggest using aluminum plate to help faster melting. And the past form of thaw is thawed. The last two verbs are to do with animal action and sound. And the first word here we're going to talk about is the word crawl. Crawl. Or as in crawl. Before babies learn how to stand and walk properly, they learn how to crawl on the floor to strengthen their little muscles, which are basically actions seen in most animals. The famous Tarzan knows how to jump and crawl only as he is raised in the jungle with abs. The past form of crawl is crawled. Bark, R as in bark. Look, the dog is barking, and the sound of barking can be different every time, depending on what the dog wants. and the past form is barked. The last slide are answers to the previous spelling tests on adjectives. Let's check if you have all correct. Afraid, agitated, aroused, artificial, amazed, and amazing. Awesome, awesome, awful, casual, as in casual. And then cautious, O as in cautious, R as in charitable, harming, exasperated, fascinated, fascinating, frail, fraudulent, glad, harmonious, marvelous, nasty, naughty, nauseous, ordinary, pathetic, sympathetic,